Have you ever wondered about the underlying patterns and structures that shape our world? From the intricate spirals of seashells to the majestic symmetry of snowflakes, nature reveals a hidden language of form and energy known as sacred geometry. This ancient practice has captivated humanity for centuries, offering insights into the interconnectedness of all things and the potential for personal transformation. But there is actually a hidden power within sacred geometry. Join me as we understand the meaning of sacred geometry along with its true power. Sacred patterns in nature and the cosmos. So what actually is sacred geometry? You see, there is a secret language that lies beyond the reach of ordinary speech. It's an ancient language, not spoken with words or written with letters, but rather inscribed in the very fabric of reality. This language is known as sacred geometry. The shapes, patterns and proportions of sacred geometry are not mere coincidences of nature or accidents of mathematics. They are the divine blueprint, the coded messages that reveal the deeper truths of existence. Sacred geometry is the fundamental shapes and patterns that make up the fabric of reality, serving as the blueprint for all matter, energy and life. It reveals how everything in existence, from the smallest atom to the vast galaxies, is formed through precise geometric principles that express a cosmic intelligence. These shapes, like the circle, triangle, spiral, and more complex forms, are more than mere mathematical constructs. They are symbols imbued with profound spiritual meanings that have been revered in countless cultures and spiritual traditions throughout history. At its core, sacred geometry represents the divine language of the universe. It suggests that there is a hidden order and harmony underlying everything we perceive, a universal pattern that connects all things. The universe is not random, chaotic, or purposeless. Instead, everything around us, from the smallest atom to the largest star, is connected by an intricate web of geometric patterns. These patterns are not only beautiful to behold, but they also hold a tremendous power that can transform our lives in profound ways. Sacred geometry offers a path to understanding the mysteries of the universe, the nature of consciousness, and the very essence of who we are. By understanding these sacred forms, we begin to see the universe as a unified whole, where mind, body, and spirit are interconnected. This acts as a bridge, linking the tangible with the intangible, the scientific with the mystical. It invites us to move beyond ordinary perception and recognize the interconnectedness of all life. The circle, for example, is one of the most fundamental shapes in sacred geometry. It is the symbol of unity, wholeness, and infinity. When we look at a circle, we are reminded that there is no beginning and no end, only a continuous flow of energy. Many spiritual traditions see the circle as a representation of the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. The ancients saw the circle as the very essence of creation, a symbol that could connect us to the divine source. To contemplate the circle is to enter into a state of oneness with all that is. It is a way to tap into the universal consciousness that binds all living things. Imagine standing in a forest, surrounded by towering trees and the soft rustling of leaves. If you look closely, you'll notice the perfect symmetry in the branching of the trees, the spiraling growth of pine cones, and the intricate design of a spider's web. These are not just beautiful to behold. They are manifestations of sacred geometry at work. Each pattern, each form, follows a universal blueprint that speaks to the harmony and balance of creation. The patterns of sacred geometry are a reminder that nature, in all its complexity, is organized around simple, repeating shapes. Consider the Fibonacci sequence, a series of numbers where each number is the sum of the two preceding ones. This sequence, closely related to the golden ratio, phi, is found throughout nature. You see it in the arrangement of petals on a flower, the spirals of a sunflower, the scales of a pine cone, and even the shells of sea creatures like the nautilus. These patterns are not only aesthetically pleasing, but also reflect efficiency and growth. In the Fibonacci sequence, the further you go, the closer the ratio between consecutive numbers approaches phi, approximately 1.618. a proportion that has been called the divine proportion because it seems to define beauty, harmony, and balance in both art and nature. When we observe these patterns in nature, we tap into a deeper understanding of life's natural order. The golden ratio is not just a mathematical abstraction. It is a living principle that guides the growth and structure of all natural forms. By aligning ourselves with this ratio, we too can find balance and harmony in our lives. Moving beyond our planet, we see sacred geometry playing a vital role in the cosmos. The orbits of the planets around the Sun, the spiral arms of galaxies, and even the shape of hurricanes and seashells, these phenomena all adhere to geometric principles that reflect an underlying intelligence. Ancient astronomers and philosophers like Pythagoras and Plato believed that the cosmos was structured around sacred geometric forms. They saw the universe as a vast, harmonious symphony where each celestial body followed its unique path according to divine laws. The flower of life. One of the most powerful symbols reflecting this cosmic order is the flower of life, a pattern composed of overlapping circles that form a flower-like grid. The flower of life is found in sacred sites all over the world, from the temples of ancient Egypt, the monasteries of Tibet, to the Forbidden City in China. It is believed to represent the fundamental structure of space and time, holding within it the blueprint of the universe. When we contemplate the flower of life, we are connecting to the infinite wisdom of the universe. It is as if we are gazing into the mind of the divine itself. We are reminded of the unity and interconnection of all things. It teaches us that just as every circle overlaps to create the whole, so too does every life, every experience, and every moment contribute to the greater tapestry of existence. This sacred symbol invites us to see beyond the illusion of separation and recognize that we are all part of a greater whole, a divine pattern that is continually unfolding. The flower of life is also seen as a tool for accessing higher states of consciousness. By meditating on this symbol, one can awaken to the deeper truths of the universe and align with the divine flow of life. The flower of life is not just a static image, it is a living, breathing geometry that resonates with the very fabric of creation. Its circular pattern speaks of cycles of birth, growth, death, and rebirth, a reminder that everything in life is interconnected and flows in harmony. Now let us turn our gaze to the heavens and contemplate the star tetrahedron, also known as the Merkaba, a powerful three-dimensional geometric shape that represents the union of spirit and body, heaven and earth. The word Merkaba comes from ancient Egyptian and Hebrew, translating to light spirit body. It is a symbol of ascension, transformation, and the connection between the earthly and the divine. In meditation practices, visualizing the Merkaba is said to activate one's light body, opening the pathways to higher dimensions and deeper spiritual awareness. The Merkaba is essentially two interlocking tetrahedrons spinning in opposite directions. This shape symbolizes the balance between the masculine and feminine energies, the unity of the physical and the spiritual. It is believed that through the activation of the Merkaba, one can experience expanded states of consciousness, connect with higher realms, and access the hidden wisdom of the soul. The Merkaba serves as a vehicle for the spirit, guiding it through the vast expanse of the cosmos and allowing it to navigate both the physical and metaphysical realms. For many, the practice of working with sacred geometry, whether through contemplation, art, or simply observing nature, becomes a spiritual journey of awakening. It is a journey that brings us closer to understanding the divine patterns that govern all of existence. By attuning to these sacred forms, we begin to see the world not as a chaotic mess of events, but as a beautifully orchestrated play of energy and form, where everything has its place and purpose. Sacred geometry speaks to us in a way that transcends words, reaching deep into our hearts and reminding us of our true nature. When we engage with these patterns, we are not merely observing them, we are participating in the sacred play of life, aligning ourselves with the divine order and unlocking the hidden potential within, the geometry of creation and the divine blueprint. As we continue our journey into the world of sacred geometry, it becomes clear that these geometric patterns are not just abstract concepts, but the very foundation of creation itself. They serve as the divine blueprint, a cosmic map that guides the formation of all things, from the smallest particles to the vast galaxies. Imagine the universe as a grand architect, a cosmic artist whose canvas is the infinite expanse of space and time. This architect uses specific geometric forms to craft everything we see, hear, and feel. The beauty of a snowflake, the spiral of a nautilus shell, the unfurling of a fern, all these forms are manifestations of the sacred geometry at work. And these patterns do not stop at the natural world. They extend into the spiritual realms, serving as the building blocks for energy, consciousness, and even our thoughts and emotions. To grasp the profound depth of sacred geometry of creation, we must first understand one of its most fundamental shapes, the vesica piscis. This symbol, formed by the intersection of two circles of equal size, is more than just a simple shape. It represents the union of dualities, light and dark, masculine and feminine, physical and spiritual. The vesica piscis is a portal, a gateway between worlds. In many traditions, it is seen as the origin of life itself, the place where creation begins. Ancient cultures revered this symbol for its power and mystery, seeing in it the dynamic interplay that gives birth to the cosmos. When we contemplate the vesica piscis, we are reminded of the balance that exists in all things. Just as the two circles overlap to form a new shape, so too do different aspects of our lives merge to create something new and beautiful. This shape teaches us that harmony is not the absence of conflict, but the integration of opposites. To align with this principle is to understand that life is a dance of dualities, and by embracing both, we can find a deeper, more authentic peace. Consider the seed of life, another profound symbol within sacred geometry. Composed of 7 interlocking circles, this pattern is often seen as the genesis of the universe. It is the seed from which all things grow. In the ancient Egyptian city of Abydos, the seed of life is etched into the temple walls, a testament to its significance across millennia. This symbol is not just about creation, but also about potential, the potential that lies within every being, every thought, and every moment. Just as a seed contains the entire blueprint of a tree, the seed of life holds the potential for all creation within its form. We are more than just flesh and bone. We are spiritual beings with the power to create, transform, and evolve. Each of us carries the seed of life within our very essence, a spark of divine creativity waiting to bloom. When we align with this sacred pattern, we awaken the latent powers within us, powers that can heal, inspire, and uplift not only ourselves, but those around us. As we dive deeper into the wisdom of sacred geometry, we encounter the Metatron's cube, a complex and mesmerizing figure that incorporates all the Platonic solids: tetrahedron, cube, octahedron, dodecahedron, and icosahedron. These shapes are considered the building blocks of all matter, the geometric codes that underlie the very fabric of reality. Metatron's cube is named after the archangel Metatron, a celestial scribe and guardian of the Tree of Life in the Kabbalistic tradition. It is said to hold the secrets of the universe, a powerful symbol of balance, harmony, and divine order. It is a symbol that encourages us to see the world as it truly is, not a chaotic jumble of events and circumstances, but a beautifully orchestrated dance of energies, each with its purpose and place. By visualizing this symbol, we align ourselves with the harmony and order of the universe. We begin to see the interconnectedness of all things and understand that nothing happens by chance. Everything has a reason, a purpose, a place in the grand design. It is believed that by engaging with these sacred symbols, whether through contemplation, imagining, or even creating them ourselves, we can access higher states of consciousness. These practices allow us to transcend the limitations of the mind and enter a space where we can experience the divine directly. It serves as a key that unlocks the door to a deeper understanding of reality, a reality that is rich with meaning, purpose, and infinite possibilities. But this journey is not just about understanding these shapes intellectually. It is about experiencing them in a way that resonates with our entire being. Take, for example, the practice of creating a mandala, a circular geometric pattern that represents the universe in Hindu and Buddhist traditions. The act of creating a mandala is a form of meditation, a way to center the mind and connect with the divine. Each line, each curve, is drawn with intention, transforming the artist into a co-creator with the universe. When we create or engage with a mandala, we are not only expressing our creativity, we are aligning ourselves with the natural rhythms and patterns of the cosmos. This is why mandalas are used for healing, meditation, and spiritual growth. They serve as a mirror to the soul, reflecting our inner state and guiding us toward balance and harmony. The power of the mandala lies in its ability to draw us into the present moment, to quiet the mind and open the heart. The ancients knew the power of sacred geometry. They built temples, monuments, and sacred sites according to these principles, understanding that these shapes and proportions could create spaces that were in harmony with the cosmos. This power of sacred geometry is not limited to the ancient world. Even in modern times, these principles are at work, often unnoticed but profoundly influential. Think about the architecture of some of the most awe-inspiring cathedrals, mosques, or temples around the world. They are constructed not only with the purpose of providing a place for worship, but to create a resonance with the divine. The soaring arches, spirals, and domes are not just pleasing to the eye. They are designed to create spaces where spiritual energy can flow, where people can connect more deeply with the sacred. But why does sacred geometry have this power? Why do these shapes resonate so deeply within us? The answer lies in the fact that we are not separate from the universe. We are a part of it. Our bodies, minds, and spirits are all interconnected with the same geometric patterns found in nature. The spirals of our DNA, the way trees grow, and even the patterns of our brain waves all follow the principles of sacred geometry. When we engage with these shapes, we are aligning with our own inner nature, and we are remembering something deep within our souls. This is where the journey begins, with the realization that sacred geometry is not something external to us, but a fundamental aspect of our being. It is a call to awaken, to see the world not as a random collection of matter, but as a living, breathing, conscious expression of the divine. It is a call to see ourselves in that same light. Sacred geometry is the key to unlocking a deeper, more profound connection to the world around us and within us. It is the key to understanding that we are all part of something far greater than ourselves, something that is infinite, eternal, and boundless. But how can you harness this hidden power and bring it into our daily lives? Awakening the inner temple. Deep within each of us lies an inner temple, a sacred space where the divine and the human meet. This temple is not made of stone or wood. It is constructed from the sacred geometry of our own being. By understanding and embodying the principles of sacred geometry, we can awaken this inner temple and begin to experience life from a place of greater balance, harmony, and spiritual alignment. The idea that our bodies are sacred temples is not new. Many spiritual traditions speak of the human form as a microcosm of the universe, a divine vessel containing the same sacred patterns that govern the cosmos. In ancient Egypt, the temple was seen as a place where heaven and earth converged, a mirror of the universe itself. Each wall, each pillar, each chamber was meticulously designed according to sacred geometric principles to align with cosmic energies. Similarly, we too are temples, designed according to these same divine blueprints. Consider the human body and its proportions. Leonardo da Vinci's famous drawing, The Vitruvian Man, illustrates how the human form is a manifestation of sacred geometry. Da Vinci's work is based on the writings of the Roman architect Vitruvius, who believed that the proportions of the human body reflected the geometric perfection of the cosmos. When we study the proportions of the body, we see the golden ratio appearing in the length of the arms and legs, the spacing of the facial features, and even the spiral patterns in our DNA. The human form, like all of nature, is a reflection of the divine geometry that underlies all creation. Manifestation, at its core, is about aligning our thoughts, emotions, and actions with the natural flow of the universe. When we align ourselves with the fundamental patterns of creation, we are essentially stepping into the current of universal abundance. This understanding has profound implications for our spiritual journey. If our bodies are temples of divine geometry, then the act of aligning ourselves with these sacred patterns becomes a form of spiritual practice. By tuning into the geometry of our own being, we can create a harmonious resonance between our inner world and the world around us. This alignment brings us into greater coherence with the universe, allowing us to access deeper levels of awareness, intuition, and inner peace. One powerful practice for awakening the inner temple is sacred geometry contemplation. This involves visualizing or focusing on specific geometric shapes, such as the flower of life, Metatron's cube, or the Merkaba. As we meditate on these forms, we activate their corresponding energies within our own bodies. For example, when we meditate on the flower of life, we are connecting with the fundamental blueprint of creation, allowing its harmonizing and balancing energies to permeate our being. The flower of life contains within it all the other sacred geometric shapes, making it a powerful symbol for aligning with the universal order. An essential part of awakening the inner temple is cultivating an awareness of the energy centers within our bodies, often referred to as chakras in Eastern spiritual traditions. Chakras are like spinning wheels of energy, each corresponding to different aspects of our physical, emotional, and spiritual selves. When we work with sacred geometry, we are also working with these energy centers, bringing them into greater balance and alignment. The torus, a donut-shaped form that represents the energy field surrounding all living beings, is another key to higher consciousness. The torus symbolizes the flow of energy from the universe into us and from us back into the universe. A continuous exchange of light, love, and information. When we visualize the torus around our bodies, we align ourselves with the natural flow of energy and awaken the heart center, the seat of unconditional love and compassion. Working with the torus helps to balance our energy centers, harmonize our aura, and elevate our consciousness to the level of unity and divine love. The journey of sacred geometry is one of both discovery and transformation. As we learn to harness its hidden power, we open ourselves to a world of infinite possibilities. We learn to see with new eyes, to feel with a deeper heart, and to live with a more profound sense of purpose and connection. The patterns and shapes that make up the universe are not random or arbitrary. They are the language of the divine, calling us to remember who we are and why we are here. And in this journey, we come to realize that we are not separate from the divine. We are the divine, dancing in the sacred geometry of creation. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.